Hello, hello, hello. Well, welcome back. It is that time again. It is time to make art with Mrs. M. I'm glad you joined me. I think you'll enjoy what we're doing today. Well, recently, a few of us have come together and we have learned how to draw 3D forms: a triangular prism, a cube, and a rectangular prism. The attributes that these forms have is that they have height, width, and length. Well, today I want to take 3D forms, these 3D shapes we've learned to draw, and I want to give them a little bit more. So I'm going to show you how to add perspective. We're going to use 1 point perspective, and then we will show that our picture has depth. It's going back into space to this vanishing point, and our 3D shapes look fantastic. The way that I changed my vanishing point into like this explosion makes it look like something from the comics, something that would happen in a superhero movie. 1 point perspective is really fun. I had fun with this page here. I used an oval to do like a cylinder shape, a square to do a cube or a rectangular prism. There's that triangular prism there. I use this letter T because basically when you draw the T in this way, it's two rectangles here. So I was able to do a letter. And then I tried um, one of the more advanced geometrical shapes, and then the basic rectangle there. So this new word, we're going to learn what this is. It's called a vanishing point. A vanishing point is where everything seems to disappear into nothingness. I made mine kind of big because I wanted to be able to see it good when I was drawing. So let's give that a try. The very first thing that I want you to do is add some shapes to your paper. And I like to use like the corners. So my vanishing point can be in the middle or somewhere near the middle of the paper. So I'm going to add these shapes here. So a triangle, a circle, or an oval. And I'll add a square here. That's not the most perfect square, but guess what? It's all about having fun. So I think I'm going to put my vanishing point right about here. So instead of making it look like an X or a spider like I did before, I'm just going to actually make it a dot, a point in space where everything seems to vanish. Then the next thing we'll do is we will make a line from each corner to that vanishing point. Each corner there's the square. Now let's do the triangle. Each corner goes straight to the vanishing point. Now I'm doing this without a ruler, but you could totally use a ruler or some kind of straight edge. I've taken the sides off of a cereal box or piece of cardboard and used that to make a somewhat straight line when I wanted to, and I didn't have a ruler. Now I'm looking for the outermost edges of this curved shape because it doesn't have corners, and I'm going to make that go to the center where the vanishing point is. So right here to the vanishing point. Good. So now we need to use another math term. Parallel. You need to make a parallel line that's parallel to each of the sides that are showing here to make your forms work. So I make a parallel line. These two lines are now parallel. And then I'm ready to make a parallel line with this side. There, and if you don't get it right the first time, erase and try again. So now I can see it. It looks like it's going into space. This time I'm going to make this, the lines way down here, so it looks like it's going way into space. So I need to make a parallel line. This line is going straight up and down, so I'm going to do a straight up and down line way down here. And I think I'm going to want to ignore this line because it is not, this side is not going to be seen in our 1 point perspective drawing. So now I need a parallel line that is parallel with this edge, and I need it to be down here and parallel. So there, that's close enough, yes. This one I think is the easiest because all we have to do is add a curve, a nice curve, and I'm going to add that right about here. There, voila. Well, enough with the pencils. Let's go ahead and show you what these forms look like going towards a vanishing point. So I'm going to carefully trace the shape I drew and then the lines that are added to now give it volume. Doesn't that look like it's going into space, like it's going away from us? Or maybe coming towards us? Let's get a different color. Let's make it colorful. Okay, so I'll trace this triangle and its parallel lines, and then its lines that also lead to the vanishing point. Very nice. And then this square. And I could have made this more of a cube shape, but I turned it more into like a rectangular prism because I made these sides very long as it goes way back into space. Wow, that looks phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So that's how you get started with showing 1 point perspective towards the vanishing point. You have these three-dimensional forms that are just amazing. How you color them is totally up to you. I had given the directive before to use a color that's similar on all the three faces that show. That works. That really works, but you can be as creative as you want to. So remember, today we talked about 1 point perspective. It shows depth and volume. This technique is helpful when drawing things that might be floating through space or flying through space, and it also might be helpful later when drawing maybe a landscape to show distance and depth in a drawing of a landscape. I hope you had fun today with me. I surely enjoyed you. Keep practicing your three-dimensional forms, your three-dimensional shapes. Keep practicing your 1 point perspective. And remember, the name of the game is to have fun. I want you to have fun with this and learn something new.